Published, 11:39 Eastern Standard Time, 4 January 2018. Updated, 11:56 Eastern Standard Time, 4 January 2018. It's been a week which makes you ask what is pathologically wrong with some football fans and, staggering though it may seem, the taunting of West Bromwich Albion's Jake Livermore over the death of his infant son is just one part of the story. The other instance of mindless despicability came on the same night, when Falkirk fans threw glass eyeballs at Dunfermline midfielder Dean Shiels, who has lost an eye. It was the pre-calculation which was most breathtaking about that episode, the decision to walk into a shop, make the purchase and go equipped to mock an individual with such an affliction. There have been various perverse attempts at rationalizing the behavior in the past 48 hours, each one as breathtaking as the last. Jake Livermore, left, and Dean Shiels, centre, have been targets of disgusting fan behavior. West Brom player Jake Livermore clashed with West Ham supporters at the London Stadium. The midfielder was replaced by Hal Robson-Kanu during the second half on Tuesday night. The England international became embroiled in an angry exchange after being substituted. Livermore was led down the tunnel by a member of the West Brom staff after the clashes. Falkirk and Dunfermline are inveterate rivals, divided by only 20 miles of land. Shiels once played for Rangers and will thus always be subject to the Rangers' bad mindset in Scottish football. And Falkirk fans nurse a sense of injustice because two of their players, Kevin O'Hara and Joe McKee, were banned last year for abusing Shiels about his missing eye. Shiels' father, the Derry manager Kenny Shiels, told BBC Radio 5's Phil Williams on Wednesday night how his son had been subjected to a 2-hour cross-examination when Falkirk chairman Margaret Lang appealed against the Scottish FA's decision to ban O'Hara and McKee. Now Ms. Lang says she is surprised to hear the abused player was so unhappy about that. The unfortunate position is that at a hearing there has to be a defence put up, there has to be questioning done. Lang says, "I'm very sorry if Dean was made to feel that way. It was never reported to me until today this is how he felt, so it's the first I've heard of it, only when the eyeballs were thrown. Was there any apology from Falkirk to Shiels? How much more contemptible than this does it get?" Falkirk fans threw fake eyeballs onto the pitch in mockery of Dunfermline player Shiels. The club wholeheartedly condemns the abuse, a Falkirk spokesman said after Tuesday's clash. Shiels Dunfermline won 2-0 when the two sides met in the Scottish Championship on Tuesday. Out there in the real world they will tell you it is subhuman to mock an individual who was 8 years old when, while stripping wallpaper with his mother, he picked up a spare scraper which went straight in his eye. He had undergone 5 operations before he faced the outcome which no one had warned him of, the removal of the eye which was causing him severe headaches and irritation. Both the Livermore and Shiels incidents give cause to wonder who were the West Ham and Falkirk supporters who bore witness to the abuse. What did they do to prevent it? Because self-policing is needed to drive out the blockhead element from the football stands, and it certainly does exist. This correspondent was walking across a Manchester United car park after the Derby defeat last month when one of group of fans ahead made a racially abusive comment about Romelu Lukaku. His friends shutted him down and shutted him up. It didn't require a lecture. But it is the club's role, too, to make plain their utter revulsion. Falkirk's conduct in the Shiels case is reprehensible and shameful. And while West Ham perhaps have more investigating to do, an apology to Livermore on the club's behalf seems the very minimum expectation before the week is out. Kenny Shiels managed in Scotland at Kilmarnock for 2 years from 2011 to 2013. There was certainly no obvious sign of one on the website on Thursday which revealed that Angelo Ogbonna was up for the challenge of Tottenham Hotspur and that West Ham were celebrating another fantastic year in the community. West Ham certainly seem sure enough of their own supporters' guilt to issue a lifetime ban, though perhaps that is not enough for these individuals, who then crawl away into their decrepitude. If there is CCTV footage, let us see who they are, these people who are big enough and loud enough to exploit others, knowing that it will be a Livermore or a Shiels, enduring yet more headlines about the life-affecting misfortune if they take the bait and respond. In the light of intense media speculation, West Bromwich Albion would like to clarify an incident involving our player Jake Livermore in last night's Premier League game at West Ham. Following his substitution in the second half, Jake was subjected to general abuse from home supporters which he shrugged off. However, he acknowledges that he moved to confront one spectator who chose to make a comment about the death of his infant son. The club would like to think that all right-minded football supporters could understand this reaction, which did not result in any physical exchanges before Jake was led away to our dressing room. Jake is an outstanding young individual who has the total support of everyone at the club, and he has made it clear he considers this statement to be an end to an unhappy incident. Albion were very appreciative of the swift response by the officials of West Ham in dealing with this matter and are more than happy to leave any further action they deem appropriate in their hands. The club has responded to an FA request to offer our observations of the incident and will not be making any further comment.